Magic is power.
Episode of Leaving a Legacy. My name is Patrick. I am your Legacy newbie. With me this week, as always, Mr. Jerry Me. What's up, my friend?
Not much, Pat. Not much. Not too happy about the circumstances tonight, but I guess I'll have to put up with it.
We have brought on all of our friends. This is basically one of Jerry's infamous dinners. This is Jerry's infamous dinner where we've invited everyone onto the podcast. Everyone's included. But before we get into introducing all of our guests, and there are quite a few, I want to tell you guys about hipstersofthecoast.com. You know, we're brought to you every Friday on Hipsters of the Coast. You can check them out for awesome legacy content and more. And also, if you want to support the show, you can visit patreon.com/leavingalegacy. Helps us out a bunch. We have a ton of supporters who are already doing it. We really thank you guys for your support there. We have awesome rewards, stickers, and shout-outs, and playmats, and a bunch more, so check it out. The link is in the show notes. And so, with that kind of taken care of, I do want to introduce some of our guests here. Firstly, the lovely Katie Bates.
Hello, how is everybody?
Great.
Now that I'm married. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
what a mistake.
It could have been worse. I could have married Jerry.
That's true. That would have been a huge punt. Huge punt.
I don't even want to marry Jerry.
Yeah.
You also could have showed up to the wedding late, Kate.
That's true.
Never gonna live that down. Never.
Like, I was there on time.
I told you my suit blended in with the trees.
Or we could have gotten strep throat and not been there at all.
Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah. First of all, let's get this out in the open. I get shit on because I showed up a wee bit late to the wedding.
You missed the ceremony.
I was there for the party.
That's literally the most important part, Jerry.
Exactly.
No. The ceremony.
At that wedding, Jerry can attest to the fact that the ceremony may not have been the most important part.
You like her, she likes him, you do, kiss, let's go eat.
That's kind of what happened.
We also have, of course, Aaron. Now that they're married, it's always a pair. Package deal, right?
Oh, fuck.
I thought that was in the rider. I thought that was in the rider. Could be mistaken.
I mean, we try to get Kate. Try to get Kate without you, Aaron, but you just kind of slink in there.
I would have happily went and played Legacy tonight. Someone here has to play Legacy.
I played this weekend. I got my reps in.
Yeah.
And we have another one on the cast. Hopefully, we have enough room for this one because we got a big old bear in here, Mr. John Seltzer. What's up, our friend?
Finally, the Bears has come back to Leaving a Legacy.
He's been waiting so long to say that. He's been so quiet, so disciplined.
It's my wake-up call. I don't set an alarm anymore because I just wake up to him texting me that every morning.
And for the record, I would have shown up on time for the wedding. Just putting it out there.
Oh, Bears, I'm sorry. Now I feel awful. I feel awful right now.
Oh, no. I just wanted to put a slant at Jerry. That was really Come on. I have one goal in life.
That's fair. Can I also just say that until he just said that your name was John, I really only knew you as Celso.
It's just easier that way.
We're 10 minutes into the cast and we're already giving out state secrets.
So it's like an average Monday for you, Jerry, then.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a lot of stuff to cover, guys, this week on the docket. The first thing up was the SCG Classic in Atlanta. I know this is a little bit of old news, but we did not get a chance to cover it. What was it, last week, Jerry, when we had Mark on? Yeah, we were talking vintage.
Oh, yes, a fine vintage.
A fine vintage cast. But our friend Zach Cook did take it down with Infect. The second place list, which I don't know how much you've delved into this, Jerry, was the Sultai Death Shadow list, piloted by Justin Parnell.
Famed EDH commander, Highlander general, whatever you want to call it, of EDH fandom. Yeah, Justin. So surprising seeing him top 8 at a Legacy event was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's a really good player.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's actually a really good player.
Oh, thanks
he
for that.
Plays a lot of vintage and He plays a lot of Vintage and Legacy, actually, aside from just Commander.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
We've seen Death Shadows kind of become a deck in Legacy, which is really interesting, but we can get into that in a minute. Just going down the rest of the top 8, Andrew Hampton, piloting lands, coming in 3rd. Friend of the cast, Evan Nyquist, on Hex Depths in 4th. Tyler Hatchell and Caleb Scherer, both on Storm, coming in 5th and 6th, respectively. Peter Tubergren on Grixis Delver, and Kyle Forbes rounding out the top 8 on Sneak It Show. So I think the deck that sticks out the most to us is probably the Death Shadow list, but was there anything else you guys thought was sort of interesting in the top 8 here?
It seems, pretty standard to Storm decks is eyebrow raising, I want to say. It's not the biggest deal, but it's always interesting when Storm puts up multiple finishes in a big event.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of this top 8 is actually fairly interesting because as we've seen since Miracles has mostly left the format but still kind of come back, there's a ton of Grixis Delver, which has a great matchup against Storm and Infect, and Infect took the whole thing down.
Yeah, that's pretty
awesome.
awesome.
So I think that's actually quite interesting.
We'll have to get Zach back on and kind of pick his brain on that top 8 and see what his path to victory was there, I guess. Because I don't know exactly how the top 8 played here, like what he played against, what he didn't.
Yeah. Should we dive right into Sultai Death Shadow? Just address the elephant in the room.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So Justin Parnell came in 2nd with this list. I'm going to run down the deck list real quick because I actually really don't know too much about the modern deck Death Shadow list. So creatures, he's running 4 Death Shadow, 4 Deathrite Shaman, 4 Delver of Secrets, 2 Gurmag Angler, 4 Brainstorm, 4 Daze, 2 Dismember, 4 Force of Will, 2 Snuff Out, which I've never seen that card before, 4 Gitaxium Probe, 4 Ponder, 4 Thoughtseize, and land package, 1 Breeding Pool, 2 Flooded Strand, 2 Misty Rainforest, 2 Polluted Delta, 2 Scalding Tarn, 1 Tropical Island, 2 Underground Sea, 4 Wasteland, and 2 Watery Grave. So, running some of the Shocklands in the land package obviously is great value for Death Shadow, as well as cards like Thoughtseize, Gitaxium Probe. I guess Snuff Out is also really good.
Snuff Out's so good. They used to see a lot more play in Legacy before we had options like Dismember.
Mm-hmm.
But I miss that card. That card is so sweet.
Remember Ghastly Demise, Jerry?
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's around when I started playing. My first ever event was the Legion's pre-release, so I fucking loved Onslaught Block. That was my such fond memories of that set.
So
Ghastly Demise was an Onslaught Block.
Yeah, it was. Or did it?
It was Torment, Terror Odyssey or something. Yeah, it was like Torment.
Well, okay, it's that standard block. That was what standard was at the time.
Sorry, I just had to prove you wrong. Anywho, so we have a focus here. We're going to talk about this Grixis
Jerry
Death
punt
Shadow,
counter one, please.
Death Shadow.
So do you guys think that, first of all, do you think Death Shadow is something that has legs in the Legacy format? Do you think that it's getting a couple finishes here and there because it's maybe a little bit lesser known of a deck? Like when what was the deck, the blue-red deck that got punted out of Modern? Fucking
Splinter Twin?
Splinter Twin, where that started making had a few results in Legacy events, I know locally at least. Do you think this is kind of that same effect here, or do you think this deck actually has legs?
I think that this deck kind of is, as we see from the top 8 where there are 2 Storm decks, I feel like this deck's going to be really hit or miss on whether it does well right now, because I feel like its Storm matchup has got to be fucking awful. I mean, they're literally trying to destroy their own life total. Mm-hmm. So Storm's sweet, I always get Storm count to 5.
Yeah, it's Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Tendrils kill you.
Yeah, so especially with Fatal Push in the format, so it's just who cares? Mm-hmm. Who cares about this deck? I mean, I think it's a fun deck, don't get me wrong, and I think it's got potential to sneak its way in, but I don't know if we're going to see it being a huge game changer with so much combo going on.
Yeah.
But I don't think it being a big game changer. I just always find it interesting whenever decks leap formats. It's kind of like a very permeable wall between Vintage and Legacy and Modern, and you can see decks jump over, and that's often when we see these new breakout decks, that's because they first got their legs in another format and people are porting them over. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's gonna take over the format or warp the format in any way, but I think it's definitely proved itself as a viable deck.
Yeah. Now Probe is not legal in Modern, correct?
Well, it was recently banned, wasn't it? So, I think probably 6 months ago.
Yeah. So, and they don't get to play with cards like Deathrite Shaman. So certainly some cards here that seem like it makes the deck a little bit more powerful.
Isn't it the most powerful deck in Modern right now? Like I always hear Modern players complaining about Death Shadow.
I think. Well, I don't know if it's like the. I think it's the best deck in the format, but I don't think it's like crushing the metagame, so to speak. But
I think that Wizards would agree with that because they obviously chose not to ban anything. I mean, it was a lot of decks for a while, but it's kind of toned down a lot because everyone was easily able to respond to it. It's not a deck you can't respond to.
Right.
Well, Death Shadow is actually why they banned Probe, mostly. Like, Probe went really well into Infect, it went really well into Storm, stuff like that, but, like, honestly, it was just because Death Shadow was really starting to take over the format where they banned Probe to try and kind of nip it in the butt.
Yeah.
Now, when we had Zach Cook on a few episodes ago, he made a case for actually banning Probe in Legacy. How do you guys feel about that?
What was his reasoning? I missed that episode. I'm sorry.
Well, just that it doesn't it's not in the decks that abuse it. It's very powerful. And the decks that don't really abuse it, like they can do with or without it because it's basically like it can be considered like a training wheels card in some decks. Like you don't need to run it in a deck like Infect, which is obviously where he's kind of the perspective he's coming from, at least I believe. For Infect, that's a card that you can cut because it's really like it's more like training wheels, like he was saying. Like if you're a really good Magic player and you know the matchups and you have some kind of intuition, you're able to know your opponent's hand. Whereas Gitaxian Probe is kind of just cheating that into your skill set, I guess.
Yeah, I can back that up also from the Sneak and Show community perspective. Gitaxian Probe's definitely seen as a training wheels type card.
Right.
Huey Jensen is famous for saying, this is like years ago when Sneak and Show was going through a real dominant patch in Legacy. Huey Jensen was giving an interview, and the interviewer asked him, why aren't you running Gitaxian Probe in your list? And he looks straight at the camera and just says, because I already know what's in my opponent's hand.
That's funny.
So for the decks like Zach was saying, like decks like Storm, like Gitaxian Probe is an insane card for a deck like Storm because it's essentially pay 2 life, get a free Storm counter, and it replaces itself, so it's like almost just having this extra ability.
And it's also plus know what to name with Cabal Therapy and know like what your counter magic is in your opponent's hand, what to play around, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's like
I'm just not hearing an argument for why it's broken enough to be banned. Like, I'm hearing arguments for why it can be very good, but is that really pushing it to the point that it needs to be banned? Like, is it really disrupting the format enough in a negative way that we feel like the format would be better without it?
I think that's tough to say. I mean, I'm never really a proponent for loose bans on cards. I think you should be able to play with the cards. I think we should always do more unbans than bans. But I can definitely see the arguments as far as Gitaxian Probe just does something that it feels almost wrong in Magic. Like, it essentially lets you cheat the requirement, so you're no longer running a 60-card deck. You're running a 56-card deck. And that's a big deal for a deck like Storm that's all about the percentages. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying Storm's a problem now, but, you know, the biggest worry everyone had with Miracles being banned out is that Storm was going to dominate. And we are definitely seeing Storm put up a lot of results. It put up 2 in this event. I see it pop up here and there. It's definitely not a problem, but it's just something I'm keeping an eye on.
I mean, I'm going to say the same thing I said when people keep suggesting about banning either Brainstorm or Deathrite Shaman. This isn't Modern. If you want this to be Modern, go play Modern. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one's going to stop you from playing a bad format.
Whoa.
No one's going to stop you whatsoever. Please, go play a crap format, realize how dumb and wrong you are, and then come back to us. We'll happily accept you back, and you can eat a Gristlebrand all day.
I mean, honestly, like, some of the best decks in the format aren't running it, and the decks that are running it while they might be good decks and they might make up a decent percentage, aren't so high that they're they're really destroying the format. Now, if we see Storm like quadruple the number of top 8s it's seeing, yeah, let's sit down and have this conversation, because that's a possible in the long term. I mean, unfortunately, Miracles is somehow still fucking finding top 8s.
I know. So, I can't believe it won MKM series. I'm jumping ahead, but we'll get to that. But I find that hilarious.
And I when we get to that, I have plenty of things to say on that. I think it's definitely a card to keep an eye on, but I don't see it anywhere in the danger zone.
No.
I mean, in all fairness, the deck that it's strongest in isn't even just Storm anyway. The deck it's strongest in is in Grixis Delver. Because in Grixis Delver, like, in Storm, you're going to probe your opponent, you might Cobble Therapy and hit 1 or 2 copies of a card, and then you're done. In Grixis, you're like, probe your opponent, Cobble Therapy, take exactly what I want, play Young Pyromancer, get a spell out, cast another flashback Cobble Therapy, get 2 more cards possibly. Like, that's where it's actually at its strongest, and that's not broken at all. So there's really no reason to ban that card, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the way I look at that.
What about you, Celso?
Exactly. It's not... Oh yeah, like you care about my good well-being, Jerry. We know better.
I was just checking to make sure you're still alive. You've been silent for a while.
Hey, look. We know you're trying your hardest to add value here. I get it, but it's really an A+ for effort. It's A+ for effort versus what we're actually doing.
Also, like, is there really effort there? Because that's the problem, right?
I could lift a finger, and that's considered effort, too. So,
What are your views on Gitaxian Probe?
Yeah, can we go to my real problem with this deck list? I love the idea of this setup, but
I think that's all we need to hear out of Celso. Let's move on. What were you saying, Kate?
One-ofs in the sideboard, man. There are 9 one-ofs, and the other 6 cards are 2-ofs. It's driving me nuts. Sorry, Celso, but I saw that when I was talking quick.
So this card is I think in our format, this card is very good, but I never heard somebody say that, oh, well, this deck is now busted because of Gitaxian Probe. It's a good role player, but it's not the main reason you'd go ham on the deck because of that card. It just gives an extra tool for decks like Storm, Grixis Delver, even Infect for that matter, who's trying to fill up their graveyard for a Become Immense. It's just helping enable them get to where they want to go. Well, by all means, though, it's not the backbreaking card that's tearing apart the whole format. So I think it's a perfectly fine, fair card, but it's not doing the damage it was doing in Modern between Infect, Storm, Shadow decks. I'm sure I can probably think of a few others, but to Aaron made a really good point about crap format, so... we don't need to think any further on that. And Vintage is kind of an interesting nut because they restricted the card. But I think it's just one of those, there's just a billion cantrips in that particular format versus ours, and they need to kind of tame it because, there's lots of really, really good ones, and the decks are pretty busted already. So...
Yeah, they have so many free spells, basically, in Vintage, it's not fucking funny. So I can see why Gitaxian Probe would need to be limited there, but we're not...
You don't want to open that can of worms.
Yeah.
With this conversation.
Yeah, it's
I'm slapping a seal on this. Gitaxian Probe, fine for Legacy, but we just want you to be better, people.
So the Death Shadow deck that got second place that we all want to discuss. So for me, I don't think it's going to ever take over the format, but one thing that this deck does that is very common in Legacy is it plays cheap, efficient threats and cheap, efficient interaction and disruption, which is really key to victory in Legacy. So I think that although the deck isn't particularly a popular choice in Legacy now, we might start seeing it pop up now that it's shown that, again, it can make a top 8. It can put up results by a good pilot and someone that wants to play it, someone that's interested in playing it, because it has that right formula of spells that are cheap and effective and creatures that are cheap and effective.
Yeah. What about it as also just a budget option? The fact that it runs shock lands, it does still run some dual lands, but 3 dual lands are easier than 6.
In all fairness, you probably could drop it. To be
fair, it's 2 UC and a Trop. For that price, you could buy, if you're playing in different colors, a lot of dual lands. UC and Trop are the more expensive ones.
Let's say you're starting to buy into the format, right? So, say... one of the first decks they go to is Storm because it plays, 3 duels and the LEDs, but outside of that, it's not that crazy expensive. from a deck like Ant, it's really not hard to move over to a fair deck like this deck because you just have to pick up the Force of Wills. That's your main money card from that point onward. Because you pretty much have the fetches.
And Force of Wills dropped in price quite a bit.
Yeah, and Wasteland's come down considerably too, so that's not as bad of a get as it used to be. I was going to add that I played the deck before, like a previous iteration, and I think the deck's actually pretty good. And even against combo, it's really not that bad because since you have the ABU duels in the deck, you could play a game where, like, you're not going to snuff out or dismember stuff against Storm. Your only, like, pain card is really Thoughtseize at that point, and Thoughtseize isn't terrible against the combo decks of the format because it's such a proactive hate card. And then you have your Dazes and your Force of Wills to kind of protect yourself, and your Deathrights and Delvers, and then eventually Gurmag Angler would hit. But it is kind of a minor hindrance that, like, your Death Shadows can't get online that fast against the decks because you do have to be a little careful about your life total. But against the fair decks, though, especially ones that don't have, like, easy access to, killing, like, a 7/7 Death Shadow, like a Grixis Delver, for example, like, that card's pretty boss.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the combo point, I actually think this deck, other than Storm, just because of the way Storm functions, and that they can just go, like, Storm count 3 tendrils you, for other combo decks like Sneak Attack, that's actually a huge advantage, because when Sneak Attack kills you, it's going to kill you no matter what life total you're at, whether you're at 2 life or whether you're at 20 life. It doesn't really matter that much for Sneak and Show.
You say that, but I played against them on Mud, and we still won through a couple of hits.
I know, it's corner cases cause it, but for the majority of the time, when Sneak and Show attacks, it's attacking for the win. So a deck like Death Shadow can throw its life away and not give a shit because they know if the Sneak and Show player combos off, they lose regardless. So it can just go balls to the wall with just throwing its life away and getting those Death Shadows as pumped up as possible.
As much as it hurts me to say it,
true.
You made a good point, Jerry.
I'm so sorry, Bears. Are you all right?
Points, Jerry? Points? Ding?
So you're at
least a half
like
point.
40. Okay, good for you.
There's a first time for everything, guys. Let's not get too excited. All right, so do we want to move on to the Titanium Series event?
Real quick, I just want to mention on that Death Shadows list, pulled up a market average. Now, granted, this will tend high because it includes some certain high-priced websites, but it is clocking in at an estimated $2,220 in paper. Yeah. So, still pretty pricey, even by
2,000.
Yeah.
It's probably calculating in like what's it called? What's the lands? The funky new lands expeditions.
Yeah, perhaps.
It's probably calculating those.
No, it's not that. It's pricing underground seas at 400 each. Now you can get underground seas for cheaper than that, but that is the quote unquote market price on underground seas, and it's coming in with Force of Wills. A playset of Force of Wills is clocking in at 300, and I will say, I have been seeing, yeah, Kate, you know this much better than I with doing prices all the time, but I have noticed Force of Wills trending up in price.
They have been. They've definitely been going up pretty consistently. I am always shocked sometimes when I log on and work. For those who don't know, my job is 40 hours a week pricing and buying Magic cards. And I'm sometimes really surprised by jumps on cards, and Force of Will dropped pretty low for a while, and it has been trending up, and I was pretty surprised to see the old printing up at 90, I think I saw it.
Wow, that's where it was before the reprinting.
Yeah, exactly. And the reprint is normally around the same price as the old. For a while, the reprint was worth more than the original printing, which, don't even get me started on that. Which is weird because Wastelands dropped significantly.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised. You can get Wastelands for $20 now.
Yeah, so. It just really shows the resilience of Force of Will. I feel Force of Will is definitely like the Tarmogoyf effect. When they first reprinted Tarmogoyf went up in price after the minor dip at the beginning. So I see Force of Will with Eternal Masters drawing up, copies coming off the market, and I think it's pretty inarguable that Eternal Masters gave a real big boost to the Legacy community. I've talked to so many people who started playing Legacy because of Eternal Masters, and those people are, getting to the point where they're putting together their serious decks, and they want those Force of Wills.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, there's a lot of prices that have been trending back upwards. I mean, it was nice to see like the newest printing of Tarmogoyf is a great example, is at around 65.70 right now, but the future state printing is still at 130, and it's been trending. All of them have been trending up on price. So it's interesting to see that, like, while it helped because it's pulling so many people in, the prices are starting to go back up again. Wizards, however, has been really great about acknowledging the price issues in the legacy and vintage community, and they seem to be interested in reprints, so I'm hoping that they'll keep trying to do reprints until the point that, prices don't go astronomical.
I mean, everyone may call me a fool all the time, constantly, to my face, but
Fool.
I have high hopes that Iconic Masters will deliver. I'm hoping that we see Iconic Masters chock full of eternal goodies.
You're gonna see
Agreed.
fucking Shivan Dragons and
Don't you shut your mouth!
You're gonna see Shivan Dragons. You're gonna see Healing Salve. You're gonna see a bunch of. It's gonna be.
I think
awesome.
Healing Salve is Healing
To be-
Salve on the reserve list?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
No, because it was the same
Healing
cycle
Salve's
as.
it's been printed as like recent as like 8th edition or something.
Yeah.
So.
I just think because it was in the cycle with Ancestral Recall.
Right.
So-
yeah.
We have to remember, though, that they've really stepped up on their reprint policy and their, like, open awareness about prices. Fairly recently, Iconic Masters probably had already gone through R&D before they made a lot of these major changes. So we have to remember that it has a possibility of being really fucking awesome or really disappointing all of us.
gonna be
I
very
have a
disappointing.
press pass to HasCon through Hipsters, so I'm hoping I get to get my hands on good stuff and not go, why am I here?
My plan is just to show up there and just wearing a 3-piece suit and a top hat and just scream, "I'm a shareholder, let me through. I demand to see the president."
Are you going
Good
down
Lord.
to down to HasCon for sure, Kate?
I'm still waiting for positive confirmation, but last I heard, I definitely have a press pass. So,
Nice. I
yes.
applied for mine as well, so hopefully I get to go down as well.
Yeah, that'd be bomb.
What do you get
Also,
a
just
press
a
pass
reminder
for?
for anybody interested in press passes, Hipsters is always looking for new writers and people to come, and we're always hiring. So, go on our website, fill out a contact us form, or hit us up through Twitter. Just saying.
Unless you
Pretty
suck,
cool.
we're not going to hire if you suck.
Thanks for keeping them grounded, Aaron.
I just want to make sure. Not everyone's hopes can come true.
Wait, I want to know where Pat is getting a press pass from.
I just
That does work, okay?
I say the link, Jerry.
That does work.
Yeah,
He gets
you see-
rewarded. You
yeah,
do
you
no
see
work,
what-
you don't get rewarded.
See, when people actually contribute to podcasts, they sometimes get to do things. It's a novel concept, I know, but that's how the world works, actually.
So do we want to jump on into the Titanium series like we
Yeah.
said we were?
I do,
can
yeah.
do
So I think one of the coolest things about this is I wasn't able to go to this event. I know Jerry went and he got crushed by basically everyone who's in the top 8. So Jerry's your walking by for this week. But what you know what I love about it is that these are just all people that we know, and a lot of people
Yeah,
we've already had in the cast, which
This
is
is
fucking
literally
awesome.
everyone who goes to Etsy. Like,
Yeah.
literally everybody. 5
So
out
cool.
of the top 8 are like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
So we had Zach Turgeon with All in Red, which is his Mog Stompy list, right, that he's known for.
It's not Mog
That he's-
Stumpy anymore,
that
but
he's-
yeah.
he's like definitely changed it. There's no
Oh,
blog
yeah.
pictures anymore.
He's testing
This
with
is-
Hazard, the pervert, and
right,
Sterling
right,
Bridge.
Oh,
That's his new
interesting.
iteration, but it seems it worked out well for him, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
always, yeah.
Music is amazing. It's everything I love. I mean, Zach and I, whether it seems like it or not, play very similar style decks where we're like, shut up, you can't do anything, we're going to wreck your face.
No fun for you, all the fun for me.
Yeah, pretty much. So I really love this deck. I would definitely play it, and Zach's got good taste.
Nice.
I
Our
don't see
friend,
any Eldrazi here.
yeah.
How does and actually, so Goblin Rabblemaster gets in under the Ensnaring Bridge as long as he has 2 cards because it
Yes.
increases in power after it attacks.
It is an attack trigger, yeah.
Oh, so he can attack with like a 10-2 Goblin Rabblemaster with an Ensnaring Bridge in play.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many other goblins would that take, Jerry?
I'm not doing math.
Okay.
4? Well, how many other Goblin Rabblemasters are there? That's the question.
I love that the
Two.
guy who has finance for a career can't do math.
Yeah.
I
It's
do
very
math.
simple math.
My brain is tired. I do math all day. I don't want to do math now. I want to enjoy this. I want to enjoy this Mocha IPA from Stone Brewery. San
Hashtag
Diego's
excuses.
finest brewery.
Is
Find
that
them in your
new
local-
sponsorship?
We also had our friend Tom Smiley on Bant Deathblade coming in second.
Not surprised.
Pretty good.
He's great. I love Tom.
Got tight play. He's been playing the deck for a while, so I'm not surprised. You know, the deck's decent.
Actually, he top 8'd both events. He also top 8'd the Modern event the day before.
Oh yeah,
and he had buys, right?
So,
all the way through the top 8.
No, I mean, he had to buy the first round because he was finishing top 8 for Modern. We were joking about it, though, that if his matches went long enough, he would get buys throughout the entire tournament. But he scrubbed out in the, I think, top 8. He didn't make it past there, but so he got into Legacy real quick.
Wait, he made top 8 and he scrubbed out of the top 8?
Yeah, as in like the first round of top 8.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just joking.
This is a 4-color deck. They lied. This is not bad.
So the Deathblade just refers to Deathrite being the black splash.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's mostly
not
banned, but
just
it's got the black splash like an Abrupt Decay, some Deathrites, and Leovolds.
That's not just a tiny one for 8 cards.
I mean, it's really like 6 cards because with Deathrite it's like one half of the ability, not even a half of the abilities. It's a 30 of the abilities.
I'm giving a point to Kate on this.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. This is bullshit. That is a 4-color deck. I love you, Tom. I love this. There's nothing wrong with your deck. It's not fucking Bant Deathblade. It's 4-color. What are they gonna start? What are they gonna start calling this? What was that stupid thing they were doing during Standard where they were like?
Like Teamer Black or like. They were doing like Teamer Black. They were doing like I think like Sultai White,
Babe, if
crap
you
like
ever
that.
want to put any part of your body near me again, you're gonna stop saying those words.
Mardu Blue. That was one of them.
Oh yeah, Mardu Blue.
Stop.
That's the
Do
crown.
you say those words in bed, Aaron? I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Ready? Celso. Jeskai Black.
Well, I wasn't warm and tingly until you said Jeskai.
I just felt some sealing happening. Permanent sealage.
Hey, look. I mean, you figured since Kate's checking out Tom's deck, Aaron and I could, chat it up a little bit. That's all.
I do want to point out a spicy number in Tom's list, though. Instead of the traditional Jace, better than all Mind Sculptor, Tom opted for Gideon Alley of Zendikar.
Ally? God damn it, Jerry.
I'm
so dumb.
Oh my god, I can't.
Jerry, not Alley of the podcast.
Jeez, Jerry.
But no, I agree though. That is a spicy add-in.
I can attest. Gideon
I like
is
it.
insane.
Is Gideon better than Jace in this deck?
I actually think so.
I mean, they've got Leovold for card draw, and they've got Force, and they've got Daze. So, like, they're pretty good at locking people out. And they've got 4 Brainstorm. What? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's pretty boss against, like, the Black-Green X mid-range decks, and also the like, Miracles types decks, too, because it's just a threat that's 4 mana that's hard for them to get off the board, and it just keeps farting out these 2/2s, which you can put equipment on for fun. And it's just like, it's a solid beating. That was what I got out of it when I played the deck those couple of weeks.
Not to mention, everyone and their mother knows True Name Nemesis is probably one of the best cards a fair deck can run. So everyone's running -1/-1 effects.
Oh, yeah.
Gideon Ally blanks those. Our friend of the cast, Lawrence, top 8 an event out in, I don't know, wherever, Chicago, wherever you live, Lawrence, I forget.
Ohio?
But he was running Zealous
Minnesota?
Persecution main.
Oh.
So,
That's really good.
I mean, Zealous Persecution's awesome, but it's traditionally a sideboard card. He was running Zealous main. So, for those decks that want to kill True Name and are running these -1/-1 counters, slamming a Gideon and just making an emblem right away so that all your True Names get to be threats again is a lot of power.
I mean, so, like, a Noble Hierarch plus a Gideon emblem is a 5 damage a turn swing. Like,
and you also have to remember that Gideon is, like, so OP, like, on his own against black-green decks. Like, that alone is just a good enough reason. Like, black-green, there's no black-green decks in the format at all. Nope, no siree. I mean, come on. It's, like, a huge chunk of the format right now. So to be running a card that literally just wrecks them is pretty good on its own.
Yeah. I really like the Gideon. Good eyes, Tom. Good eyes.
And just to go down the top 8
all
real
4
quick.
of them.
We had Adam Nash with Grixis Delver, Tim O'Dowd in fourth with Maverick. We had our friend Josh Sissio, who's been on the cast, piloting Check Pile.
He doesn't call it Check Pile generally.
No,
he's
like, it's my own thing. I'm doing my own thing with it.
I was gonna say it's
like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
It has Colgan's command, so it's just gonna be Check Pile. Like, I know it's his own thing, but that's just true.
Sissio actually slayed me in the tournament, round 2, with this list.
Dude, I heard an 8-year-old slayed you in a tournament. Like,
no, that was the air guitar tournament I entered afterwards.
We had Lucas Von Samson in 6th with Death and Taxes. Our friend Adam Wallace in 7th with Elves. And
no, not Elves. Elves! There's an exclamation point included.
It is a super spicy elf.
Who are you talking to, Pat?
Sorry, no, my brother came in. I got my, he brought me my coach's whistle.
Tell your brother to fuck off. We're trying to record a podcast.
So Adam Wallace with Elves, and Caleb Comtois rounding out the top 8 with Lands.
Wow, you're as bad as Jerry. Comtois. Come on, man, that's French.
It's Comtois, if it's French. Comtois.
No, that's not how he says his name.
He's wrong.
Good.
Comtois.
Good.
Comtois.
Well, can I just say this is a stacked top 8? These are all very good players.
Like, these are all these. I mean, the cool thing is that these are the people that we play every week at. Like, that's entertainment, which is pretty sick.
Yeah. They're also at Etsy all the time, so it's like.
I know 6 of these people between the 2 stores. I don't know Tim O'Dowd.
The name looks familiar, but I can't place it.
Yeah.
I know at least 5 of these people, and I don't get out to the local events very often, so it's just awesome seeing all these good people top 8ing these events.
That Elves list, by the way, Adam, spicy. I mean, 1 Shaman of the Pack, 3 Driven and Despair. Like,
Ooh.
what?
Oh my god.
So
yes.
good.
Ooh.
I want to play this list, except I suck at
Driven?
Elves. A Twins Elite? Like, hello.
He wrecked me with this on camera, Driven to Despair.
Okay, Driven to Despair.
Oh, I heard you're bad, Jerry, and we're not supposed to listen to your podcast anymore?
Yeah, totally. Don't do it.
Okay.
Shit.
It's one of the.
I'm logging off now.
It's one of the Aftermath cards from what is this? What does this say?
Hour of Destruction.
Hour of Devastation.
Devastation.
So the Driven side is 1 and a green for a sorcery. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, which seems great in Elves. And then the Aftermath side is Despair, which is 1 and a black for a sorcery. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain Menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. That seems great in Elves.
Yeah, that's really good.
If you want to see
he's gone a little bit away from the natural order package.
Mm-hmm. Completely away. There's no natural order.
Yeah. Oh yeah, none on the board either.
I was talking to him. He completely cut natural order for Driven to Despair.
That's fucking cool. That's cool.
If you want to see how good it is, watch our feature match. It destroys me. So it's I believe it's game 3. It's like turn 4. If he passes back to me, I'm slamming Sneak Attack and activating it to attack with Emrakul, I believe is where my board state is. He has 4 elves in play, and 4 mana, has not made a land drop yet. And he casts Driven, and I look at it. I'm like, until end of turn, he gets to draw a card. When he attacks, it's like, well, I have no blockers. I don't want him to draw 4 cards. I guess I'll use this Force of Will in my hand to counter it. And then I'm like, wait a second. If I counter Driven, then he just flashes back Despair, hits me for 4, and makes me discard my hand.
Oh, wow, you are shit.
And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to let that happen. I have the win in hand. I just have to hope he blanks on it. So he casts Driven, I let it resolve, and then he tries and casts Despair, and I Force a Will to Despair. He proceeds to hit me, draw 4 cards, slam a Cradle, and proceeds to go off and just murder my face. Driven to Despair was very effective in our matchup. And I think you said, talking to him afterward, it did him really well throughout the tournament.
Nice.
The main board, Gaddock Teague, is also very interesting.
Yeah, oh my god.
I'm not used to seeing that main board.
he was like fucking set up to take me down. Like he Green Sun Zenith for Gaddock Teague, which turns off my Planeswalkers and my sneak attacks, meaning that I can only win with a show and tell.
Also,
and then
no force of will.
Yeah, also no force of will. And then he freaking crop rotates for goddamn Caracas. Fucking crop rotation for Caracas out of elves. Bouncing like, oh.
You know what I love? I love justice. That's what I love. That's the story that warms my heart really well.
With a side of Jerry's demise. It's just
another.
Let's put Jerry's keys in a bottle. It'd be beautiful.
Oh, baby.
I already do that. It's on eBay. They're like $150 a bottle.
That's what you can buy
I want
for
real
to
tears,
stuff
Jerry.
your mattress. Is it not as firm as it used to be?
Yeah, it's not. It's not. I need that lumbar support. Another interesting addition to the deck is, I haven't really seen this in other elves lists, but I don't even know how to pronounce this. Dwynen's Elite.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
pronounce
earlier.
a word. Surprise, surprise.
How would you pronounce that?
Dwynen's Elite, but I would say it like I knew what I was talking about.
Gwyneth's Elite, I think it's called.
Yeah, I would agree with Gwyneth's Elite.
Yeah.
Anyways, 1 and a green for a 2/2, which is alright, already decent stats. One might call it a bear. When it comes into play, if you control another elf, put a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token onto the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it says elf warrior.
Oh, Jerry made a funny. I get it now.
Jerry, you're fired.
Thanks.
I get it. He went bear because we have Celso here, and he's a bear, so...
Not a pun,
I get it now. It's
but a play
funny.
on words.
Well, I said it was a funny, not a pun, so... Hey,
I was clarifying it for the listeners at home who are saying, nice pun, Jerry. I got their backs.
It's not punny.
Yeah. This is a weird one because it's primarily there to avoid the sack effects and stuff like that. But I'm used to playing it in Modern, where I'm playing like 3 or 4x of this because it works really, really well with Heritage Druid, because you could like play Heritage Druid turn 1, play that turn 2, then you have 3 guys to make 3 mana and go ham and do stuff like that. But I guess like it actually in this deck it plays more like a mini army in a can, because I guess what Adam's doing is he's putting this into play, gets the 1/1, bounces it with Wireward Symbiote and keeps playing it over and over and over again, keeps getting more and more guys. And you just get swarmed by 1/1s, because it looks like he's set up more to grind than combo in this particular list.
Yeah.
You also have to remember he's kind of almost 3 colors, so having extra elves to tap down with Birchlore Ranger is actually pretty helpful too, since that'll let him make a mana of any color. I mean, he's got Gaddock Teague, and I know he's going to Green Sun for a lot of it, but Shaman of the Pact, he's got Gaddock Teague, Driven in Despair. Like, color fixing is a real thing for him. He's running 1 Savannah and 2 Bayou, but I mean, sometimes, Zach won first place, and he runs pretty much every version of Blood Moon you can imagine. Yeah. So having access to other colors and having creatures to tap down for it is pretty important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a few weeks ago, I played elves against. I happened to get matched up against Pox, which was beautiful, quote unquote. Maybe for Aaron, it's beautiful. For me, it's the other version of beautiful. And I won with 0 lands in play because I had Birchlore Rangers, and like I could care less that he's sinkholing and wastelanding me, because I'm still making mana and enough mana to make put out critter health to kill him and stuff. But I love that he's playing 2 copies of this card because it's really effective.
Mm. Also, with Dwin's Elite, is keep in mind, because he cut the natural orders for those Driven to Despairs, he has to hard cast Craterhoof Behemoth every single time. Mm-hmm. And Dwin's Elite is basically free when you pair it with Gaia's Cradle, because if you're, like Kate said, just bouncing it over and over again, you're going to turn that Gaia's Cradle on real fast to hard cast that Craterhoof Behemoth.
Mm-hmm. You mean like Pat said? Because Pat and I aren't the same person.
Wait, didn't I say that?
No, it wasn't me.
I am not one to talk about how elves work.
Yeah, I'm like, Pat.
That was definitely Celso.
You just build all the elves as they come up.
This is when This is when Ghost shows up and we rip the mask off, and it turns out it was Father Brown said it all the time.
Meddling kids.
Yeah.
Adam is definitely one of those people who is constantly trying to innovate with the elves deck. He was on his own podcast for a while. We should have him on because he loves elves and he's super knowledgeable. I think this build is really neat.
Well, yeah, he also keeps meticulous notes because he has a spreadsheet of all of his sanctioned Elves matches, and I think it's over 600 sanctioned Elves matches at this point.
That's awesome. Actually, I have a question for you since we're talking about this. So I also have a spreadsheet that I designed for my matches as well. Like it breaks it down by archetype and like win percentage in game 1s and 2s, win percentage in game 1s, win percentage in games 2 and 3s. But I struggle with like at what point do you just clear that list and start fresh because like the deck has changed, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
when I
that's why I gave it up.
Like that, sorry, go ahead.
I said that's why I gave it up. I was doing the same thing with Sneak and Show, but then I added a third color for Nahiri, and I'm like, well, this is clearly not the same deck anymore. I don't feel right using this data.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry, if you keep your old data and get rid of your new data, though, you have much better numbers.
I will say Nahiri was fucking amazing in this tournament. Oh my god, I love.
That's why you top 8'd, right? Oh yeah, I see the deck list. It's
excuse me, my losses.
Wait, hold on.
All my losses
Jerry,
were in the top 8. They're literally in the top 8. I could not have lost better.
So you lost to skilled players, is what you're saying?
Huh.
I would like to say that I was the final boss for
like
these other players.
Just like the other 52 players in the tournament, they lost to good players.
I only lost to good players. It's not like I lost to Celso.
Oh man,
edgy players.
Jerry, I'm about to blow this whistle on you right now, man. So yeah, that's just something interesting. I'd be interested to talk to Adam about what he uses that for. Like, because even if he has like a really cold streak, like let's say he changes the deck, has a real cold streak, it's not gonna show when he's had 600 other matches in the same spreadsheet. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I would definitely call this a very different deck from the traditional Elves that we're familiar with.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
this is traditional Elves I'm familiar with personally because before Natural Order Cradlehoof was a thing, Elves was very similar, except you're ramping into Emrakul, and sometimes you had a Concordant Crossroads to ignore the fact you didn't get to attack on that first turn, you cast it.
Yeah, and Mirror Entity is the way to run over your opponent.
Oh, yeah. Mirror Entity, you just basically go infinite.
Oh, yeah, I do remember the White Splash for Mirror Entity back in the day.
Yeah,
it used to mainboard a Gag Teague. It used to mainboard Mirror, sometimes Mirror Entity, not often, not all the time, but sometimes.
Wasn't it also like Chameleon Colossus? Didn't that see some?
No, it literally just wanted to like glimpse in through its deck and draw a Emrakul and cast Emrakul.
Yeah,
it ran crop rotations because you couldn't legend rule. Because you couldn't legend rule a Gaia's Cradle, it ran crop rotations like 2 Cradle or whatever.
Yeah, it was like 3 Cradle and then like 3 Crop Rot ish, and like. The Natural Order decks, if I remember correctly, more like your Tempo decks that just happen to have Natural Order as a win con, right?
Yeah, like no Bug, no Rug, and no Bant.
Right.
So actually, I'm kind of happy to see Elves like have an iteration like this that did well at like this wasn't a huge tournament or anything, but like did well in like a competitive tournament. Like a lot of these guys we see in the top 8 here, like they do well at large tournaments. Like Zach Turgeon has a lot of top 16 finishes. Thomas Smiley got second place in the large SCG event, or third place or whatever. Josh Shisio has done consistently well in the Northeast. Adam Wallace has done, top 32 at a bunch of events up here, if not top 8'd. And Caleb, as far as a local player goes, he top 8's a lot of like local 1Ks where you get the same competitive crowd. So it's a very competitive meta here, and Adam did very well with a deck that's much more similar to the old style Elves than what we're used to these days.
Yeah. Do you think that's kind of what Elves has to adapt to in this new meta?
I think in the new meta with so much Grixis Delver and so many more decks trying to grind out a win, trying to rely on like resolving a Natural Order, just kill them right on the spot, it's not the way you want to go. That's it. It's negative card advantage. This deck is like 100% card advantage, so it can go toe to toe with decks like Grixis Delver with like a ton of removal, discard, force of will, stuff like that. Like Check Pile again, ton of discard, force of will, removal, stuff like that. I think this deck is just great for the current meta right now compared to the original Elves deck. Like one Force of Will can stop you in your tracks. This one doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, like you easily just keep putting out threat after threat after threat after threat, and you just keep spamming guys until your opponent has to deal with it or they just lose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and also like the Natural Order targets like aren't as great as they kind of used to be too. Like I mean, Crater is Crater. That's like the obvious one, but like. Most of the sideboards I see nowadays of Natural Order Elves are like very, very light at other targets. Like it's pretty much just like Progenitus, and that's it.
Well, I mean, Progenitus is great in the Esper Stoneblade matchup, Oh my god, you should see that card in like turn 2 against us for Stoneblade. I'm trying to think of who that was I saw that against recently. Fuck. Jerry, were you there that night?
No, I don't recall.
No, you weren't there? Oh,
No.
I think I posted a picture on Twitter about this.
Don't remember that event.
Someone that was an Esper Stoneblade player at our local meta a couple weeks ago, you know?
He played turn 2 Progenitus, okay? It was a turn 2 Progenitus on the play. I literally got Island Ponder, and he played Progenitus.
Was his opponent Mary G or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he was certainly a Mary G, for real.
Yeah.
I've never hated Fatal Push more than that moment. I had like 2 Fatal Push in hand, and I'm staring down at Progenitus.
Yeah, I mean,
I
the only other
the picture I posted on Twitter for everyone that's listening.
the only other target that I really like too as of recently is Rurikthar, because against some of the combo decks, you just like win, auto win.
You like turn to a Rurikthar against combo on like the draw even, you just lose. Sure. Pro Brainstorm, you're dead. Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like hard casting, it's not that hard too, because like especially if you're set up where your mana base has a Taiga and like you have the Birchler Rangers to get your red and Deathrite Shamans, like 6 mana is not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, I remember playing blue-black Reanimator against an Elves player with the Rurikthar out, and just looking and like, to reanimate my Grizzlebrand, I have to lose 14 life. All right then.
My favorite one was against Jund, where I put Rurikthar in, and he's staring at Rurikthar, he's thinking about it, and he tanks and decides, all right, I'm going to play my second land, and I'm going to play Sylvan Library. I'm like, all right, take 6. And he like stares at the card again, he stares at his Sylvan Library, and was just like, yeah, scoop.
Yeah,
I was hoping
that'll
for
do
the
it.
double bolt it to kill it.
Oh my god.
You dealt 6 damage to kill my creature. Take 12. That's fine.
Not only that, but it's a 2-for-1. You had to use 2 bolts on 1 Rurikthar.
Yeah.
I haven't got to the scenario where like I got somebody because they forgot it had reach.
Oh yeah, it does have reach.
It's like attack with insectile aberration. That's cool because that's what it does against elves. They're like, all right, block.
Aww.
Do you want to trade 6 life and a lightning bolt?
Yeah, that's not gonna end well.
Not pretty.
So.
All right, so that was
the rest
top.
The rest of the top 8 is pretty straightforward. I mean, we can go a little bit further into Zach's deck if we want, but I just wanted to point out in the Maverick list, the top 8'd, we see our friends from our Devastation, Runamap. Ramunap?
Excavator.
Ramunap.
Jerry, you gotta get someone else to say it for you, buddy.
Crucible.
Sorry, you can't keep doing this.
Crucible of Worlds on a stick.
Yeah, Pat, could you say the name of that creature for him, please?
Ramunap
Can't do it.
Excavator.
I believe it's pronounced Chains of Mephistopheles.
I wish.
That's the 2 and a
I
green.
wouldn't give for Vegas of the Chains.
That's a 2 and a green. 2 and a green for a 2/3 Naga Cleric. You may play land cards from your graveyard.
Yeah, so what's better than Crucible? A Green Sun Zenith Crucible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was playing against another deck during the tournament who got that out and was running. Is this actually the person that I also played? Yes. I also lost to this person. Oh no, I beat this person. I beat him. Anyways, he got the Ramunap Excavator out with a Green Sun Zenith, and then was just ghost quartering me into a weekend.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Plus, he's also running Renegade Rallier, so he can just grind people into the dirt. It's just like Wasteland you, Renegade Rallier, return Wasteland, Wasteland you again, hit you for 3. Play the Excavator. Now it's a 2/3, so it's not the best, but just the value you get off of recurring Wastelands and Ghost Quarters is just insane.
I mean, as far as against a lot of decks, like if you're running like Pyroclasm, Kozilek's Return, Sudden Shock, like all those cards miss this. You have to 2-for-1 yourself with those cards in order to get this card. So if you're being like trapped, getting cut off red sources because they keep Ghost Quartering you, like, that becomes a real problem for your deck and answering the rest of their board. So it's definitely relevant.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm surprised there's no Tireless Tracker in the 75, because that's also a sweet card in the shell.
I just feel like they don't have room. Like, probably you'd have to end up cutting Knight of the Reliquary for Tireless Tracker. I mean, it's a different win condition, but is it better than Knight?
I'm probably looking to cut like a Thalia in this deck list.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I guess you are running 4
The Green Sun
Sun.
Zenith, there's 4 of them. You're trying to hit most of your 3-mana creatures. Like, Thalia just makes that real tough. Even if you're trying to hit like a Gag Teeg off it, like, granted that shuts down your future Green Sun Zeniths, but if you're trying to hit like a Gag Teeg, like now it's like 4 mana, that can be tough. So I'm probably looking to cut like a Thalia.
Plus, it's pretty high as far as non-creature spells compared to something like Death and Taxes. Like Death and Taxes runs basically like 4 Aether Vial, 4 Swords to Plowshares. So it really maximizes the Thalia. You know, the equipment they're cheating into play. This 2 Abrupt Decay, 4 Green Sun, 4 Swords to Plowshares, and a Sylvan Library. You're running 11 cards that get hit by Thalia.
Yeah, and I mean they're only writing 2 Stoneforge Mystics, so they're not even heavy onto like their like equipment plan. Like granted they're not running Barrow Skull, which obviously would be like really difficult, but I mean they're running like a Sword of Fire Knights, a Umezawa's Jitte, 2 Abrupt Decay. Like a lot of these cards, like you're looking at like 4 and 5 mana to cast them like through a Thalia, and it's just that gets tough.
Yeah, my guess is like they probably swap maybe for this tournament or the one before, like the Renegade Rallier might have used to be a Tireless Tracker. And they probably just wanted to see what the Grey Raid recursion looks like versus a card draw off your land drops, which is really sweet, especially when you have Knight of the Reliquary giving you extra land drops and extra clues.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, I would say that Maverick lost against All in Red because All in Red was. I don't know if All in Red was the first place seed or not. If they were first place, if Zach was first place going into the top 8 or higher up on the Maverick one,
the only one I know is I think Adam was like last place seed because he drew into top 8.
I don't think Adam could be last place because Caleb's below him, right? Oh, no, okay, never mind. I think I'm reading this wrong. Because if Adam was the higher seed and lost, then he would have gotten 7th instead of 8th, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. Never mind.
I don't know. Math is difficult.
I've always been horrible with the top 8 shit, with all top 8 stuff. So, so do we want to go to the MKM series, or you just want to go to questions from the listeners? It's getting to be over like an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah. Do we have a lot of questions from the listeners?
Not a lot of real questions.
We do have a couple. We do have a couple real questions, but not too many.
Okay.
I'm still going strong. I don't know why you guys want to wrap this up.
Because
no one wants to listen to you.
Because
talk
Pat
for 2
needs
hours,
to record
Jerry.
on Mondays because he has a very long day Tuesday. That's why.
Every day is a long day when you're an asshole like me. All right, let me just scroll past all these fucking gifs.
There are a lot of gifts.
Steve, we're gonna do the Justice Challenge at some point.
Maybe
this week. I don't know.
We need Lion's Eye Diamonds and Doomsdays. I bought the rest of the deck. I'm just not spending money on freaking Doomsdays.
I mean,
are they expensive?
The good thing about the Magic Online cards is like you're trading and stuff. When you trade with stores and stuff, like the buy prices are often very close to the sell prices.
Yeah.
So usually you spend like the $20 on Doomsdays to get them in the first place. You're probably gonna get like 18 back for them. You know, like.
Yeah. I think the Doomsdays came out to like 25. The big one is the Lion's Eye Diamonds, because Lion's Eye Diamonds are they're like $20 each. So as soon as someone lets me borrow some Lion's Eye Diamonds, we'll do that challenge.
Time to throw up a GoFundMe, guys.
I'm not throwing up a GoFundMe for Lion's Eye Diamonds.
I know that guy Jasper that always posts on the page saying he's streaming Storm, I think Saturday mornings or whatever.
Oh,
I know he said he has like the Lion's Eye Diamonds, and I know he also suggested he could stream with you. Which is not okay because, no, he's not a Leaving Legacy host that owes the fans. Patrick!
I don't owe anything to anybody. I'm sorry. I just don't.
You put up a vote.
Oh, man. That sounds like a heel turn to me.
Doomsday was on that vote. Whether or not you put it there is irrelevant. If you didn't want it there, you should have made it so people could not add poll options. You done fucked up. You owe the fans.
I owe them nothing.
And actually, we gave you a freebie because now Jerry owes the fans.
That's true. Yeah. Jerry should owe the fans, though. Jerry hasn't done anything for anyone, ever.
And that's why neither of those schmoes are the people's host. Thank you very much. Mike,
all right, so I do a lot for people.
Yeah, let's go back to them questions.
Steven, we will get there. We're figuring out some of the logistics there, but we will get there. He also asked when I'm going to stop playing Blue Red Delver, and the answer is never. Blue Red Delver for life. Chris,
I think you skipped selectively and play a real deck.
oh yeah, sure.
However, he did also add hashtag Astral Slide. So
That is a real deck.
And hashtag Aaron and Kate feel the love over here.
Yeah, Astral Slide was a real deck when Windows 95 came out. Like,
Ouch. Really, Bears? I get to be like that.
Hashtag get.
I would say what actually came out when Astral Slide was a real deck, but I'm not going to go there because that was a shit operating system anyway.
hey, Chris Cheehee has a real question.
He says, you are coming to Pittsburgh, so what kind of sweet food do you want me to show you?
Oh, can we make that announcement, Pat, about the special news?
Oh yeah, well we'll do that at the end of the episode. We'll do the end of the episode.
All right.
We'll announce it at the end. So he wants to know what kind of food do we want down there, and where can we drop Jerry off in the shady parts of Pittsburgh so we can have Celso as a full-time host.
Listen, Chris. I lived in Maine, South Worcester for 5 years. While you may have adopted,
lived with the rich, people.
I was from the streets.
I
have street cred.
Jerry was
Jerry
on the
technically
streets.
had streets where he lived. That's the streets that he had.
I got a rap sheet.
I moved here from Brooklyn and Harlem. I think I get to judge your street cred every day of the week. I have also lived in Maine South. You live where the rich people live, right next to
I poked a dead body with a stick once.
Yeah, it was a squirrel.
Conversely, I think our friend Adam lives
or were
in
you
South
dreaming
Maine.
an episode of Friends, Jerry?
What type of food do we want to? What is Pittsburgh known for? Are there any culinary delicacies of Pittsburgh?
They're known for being the steel city, so I don't want to go to a steel factory. I'm sorry. Whatever they eat there, I don't want it.
They're known for being really hilly. That's all I got for you.
Like what? What is
it
Pittsburgh's
going to
food?
compete for hilliest city in the U.S.?
Oh, maybe.
I think you mean Minas Tirith, but yeah.
There's a lot of German and Polish food out there.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're known for sandwiches that have a lot of meat in it. I only know that because I googled it.
I can get behind that. I mean, sandwiches with a lot of meat in it sounds good.
Also,
I was gonna make a foot-long
delis.
sausage joke, but we're gonna
Yeah, like a foot-long, heavily meated up sandwich.
Oh boy.
So
Chris, Polish delis, so I'll get some Polish food.
His serious question was, what deck should he play? I think he should play Omni Show, personally, but that's just me.
I think people should play what they're most comfortable with, and I'll always stand by that.
Yeah. Well, I think he's had results with the deck, that's why I recommend it for him. And also, I think it's probably just good right now.
As a guy that's played Omni, he probably should play the Snake and Show with the Omni Tells in that list.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Wishboard.
Yep, that's what I'm going to be building, I think. Not for
it's
that
a deck
event,
that's a deck you just want to net deck whatever the best possible is. Don't follow Jerry's advice, and just
you don't even know what my
lucky.
advice was. You don't know what my advice was.
Add the moat in Mentor.
No, that's me.
That's
me. I cut the moat. Listen, I came to my senses. I cut the moat. I realized it wasn't going to happen. Double white was too hard. I still think it makes. In theory, it was okay, but in practice,
moat was an MVP when I played my black-white Dutch Tex build in the
when you could actually
Las Vegas.
Yeah, when
that
you
deck
actually
was great.
cast it.
You should be playing more moat. That's what you should be doing. But not.
Can I just tell you, the other night, while we were on our honeymoon last week, we were laying in bed, and we were trying to figure out the people we could borrow 3 other tabernacles for so he could properly build Dutch stacks. So I don't get to take him seriously about pooping on moat.
Oh my god. I hear Dutch stacks and I think of shin kicking competitions. That's what
Steven does ask, how do Kate and Aaron so what do you guys think about 12 posts in the current meta?
I think it depends on what build. If we're going to talk mud post, I really like mud post right now. I mean, I lost out, I tilted hard, but I started out at 1K last month 4-0 with mud post. It can be real good against the right decks. The only thing that I hate running into is Colgan's Command. Mm-hmm. But other than that, Chalice at 1, Trinisphere, it's smooth, and they can't do anything once I start casting big spells, which after I have a Trinisphere and a Chalice down, it's smooth sailing. I'm loving mud.
Yeah.
No, and I'm loving mud post, and it even makes show and tell easy because my life total's never 20, so I'm like, Emmer, cool, cute, me too, bro. Pithing Needle, name, sneak attack. Oh, show and tell. Go ahead, sweetheart. Guess whose Emrakul attacks first? Mm. So it's feeling real good right now.
I guess so, yeah.
For me, 12 post, like standard 12 post, not mud. That deck's not great positioned right now, personally. And I'm speaking from like the green-white build. And actually, like with how much Grixis Delver is in the meta, that deck is horribly positioned right now. Because like your Python Needles aren't safe from their like Kolaghan's Command, their Abrupt Decays, things of that nature. They run Wasteland. They have extremely aggressive wide clocks, and they have like Death Rites to fix their mana. Like they have efficient clocks in Delver and Gurmag Angler, so like a Tabernacle is no longer a great answer. It could just be the build that I was playing is slightly off, and I need to fix it a little bit. But I was not very confident in that deck's ability to play in this meta.
I'm gonna agree with Aaron on the green-white build. I've taken it out a couple times since all the big changes regarding miracles, and it just it feels too clunky right now. I'm thinking Mud actually has a lot of potential. Not the traditional Forge Master builds maybe, but the ones I've been on need a little tweaking, and I actually think you could see Mud doing really well. It's not so much a budget deck anymore, unfortunately, so I don't think we're going to see a lot of people picking it up, but I love it, and I actually think it has potential. So crossing my fingers that I didn't spend all that money on my Metalworker playing that for no reason.
So Jerry, how do you feel about Kolaghan's Command?
I mean, I think it's good. I think it's better when you're flashing it back with Snapcaster Mages. I wish I had picked him up earlier. I was literally looking at him for like $2, and I remember Maddie Studios tweeted out, it's like, this card's really good, you guys should pick it up. I'm like, I'll get it later. And now it's like a $16 card?
Last I checked it was $8, but I haven't followed it since it was heavy in Modern, so sounds like Jundba's still a real deck in Modern.
If only we had a mysterious tool that would tell us the prices of things.
All right, while Jerry's doing that, Sean asked what our favorite artifact is to have stolen by Dak Faden. That's fun. That's only if you play artifacts, right? Who plays artifacts?
I never play artifacts. Artifacts are for tools.
Please tell me somebody stole one of your Blightsteel Colossuses with Dak Faden. Please tell me this happened.
I actually don't run Blightsteel in my build because I don't play Forge Master. So thank God no. Thank God no. I've actually never really had Dak Faden steal anything from me, mainly because people are dead by then.
Yeah. My favorite is when it stole my Phyrexian Invoker, naming Deathrite Shaman.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
I posted that online. I was playing against Tezzerator with Dak Faden, and I had Pithing Needle on Thopter Foundry, so he stole my Pithing Needle. I'm like, okay.
Sure. Good for you.
Yeah.
Do you think I had to rename the needle?
No, you don't get to. It stays in play.
No, I know, but I was assuming maybe that's what your opponent thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
I think I had my Lodestone Golem stolen by Dak Faden and got beaten down with that and like Monastery Mentor. It was not pretty.
My favorite thing I ever stole with Dak Faden is Sword of Fire and Ice, because if it hadn't happened in that exact moment, then Dak Faden can't target it anymore. So it's like
Dak Faden can always target Sword of Fire and Ice. It doesn't get per red, bro.
Oh yeah, it's the creature.
Yeah, there's that.
I was thinking of
Jerry Gate.
Yeah, whatever.
So in paper, Kolaghan's Command is a $12 card right now.
The Dak Faden's probably still going to die if it gets hit with a Sword of Fire and Ice.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going straight for Dak Faden if I get that chance. You stealing my Sword of Fire and Ice was not pleasant for me. You stealing my Phyrexian Invoker was not pleasant for me. Because I forgot Dak Faden was in your deck, so I didn't name Dak Faden. I think I named Thing Nice to be a smartass.
I forgot this was in reference to actual events.
Well, I also got a Phyrexian Invoker and an Aether Vial stolen from me against that stupid Grixis Steve's deck when I pulled Death and Tax out for like the first time in months. Played against Grixis Steve's twice, got trashed by it.
Yeah. Stealing Mox Diamonds is also fun.
Yeah. What about the Chalice question? What about Chalice? What was the biggest Chalices you guys casted?
The largest number you've cast Chalice for. The largest I've casted for was 2.
I've 100% casted it for 5 before, so I didn't have to worry about Force of Will. When I've gone infinite, I'll sometimes drop it for 5.
Actually.
What?
It was against Josh Sissio, too. You beat him that game.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it more than once when I've gone infinite and someone's like not scooping and I'm paranoid. I really genuinely feel like I've casted it for a larger number, but I can't remember a specific incident. I really have this memory of casting it for like 7 or 8, but I can't remember why.
I've had it.
It goes infinite. I have all the mana I want, and I won't die. If you have an ensnaring bridge out, sometimes I can't win just on the infinite, so I'll do stupid shit like that. So you're just locked out until I, find a way to kill you.
I've had a cast for 6 against me because they knew I had like a worm coil engine in hand.
What were you playing? When do you run worm coil?
I love worm coil.
Show, counterbalance, top, mentor, whatever that deck was he played.
Yeah, Aaron knows
mentor
it.
Helm or whatever. That was hilarious.
I love Grixis Welder, like have Goblin Welder, Baleful Strix, Worm Coil Engine, Value Town. I love that. Feels so good. Drawing cards, making 3/3s, bringing back Worm Coil Engine. It's awesome.
If only those decks always went that way.
Yeah, unfortunately don't. That's a rare instance when it happens.
Turns out a 1/1 for 1 mana is real weak in Legacy. Very fragile.
Also the problem is like I do those things, and the only time I am ever able to do those things is because my opponent can literally do nothing, at which point my opponent's like, why aren't you just attacking me with the goddamn Worm Coil Engine and ending the game?
Because I can make so many 3/3s this
Look
way.
at all the value I'm getting!
So I'm curious. Bears has hinted at a story. I want to know Bears' story.
So I'm playing Mud, and I'm playing against Oops all spells. And we go to game 3. So I turn 1, chalice him for 0 and for 1 right away to at least slow up the Lotus Petals and the Dark Grits and the things like that. So he's staring and just playing this draw go game. But unfortunately, because my hand I had to mulligan and I didn't have a lot of cards, I had a Metalworker but not much to do. So I kept attacking with Metalworker for a while. And he decides he gets enough mana to cast I think he goes Spirit Guide, Manamorphose for red-blue, and then cast Narcomoeba. And he started attacking me with Narcomoebas. So we're having this weird battle going on, just pinging each other. So then I finally get to a point where I get enough mana on the board. I'm like, all right, fine. Let's challenge for 4, so you can't Dread Return me either.
Wow.
And then he just couldn't do anything from there, and he just died eventually to I think I found I didn't get Lodestone Golem. Forge Master. He killed him with Forge Master. But
I mean, if all he has in play and all he can get in play is a Narcomoeba, a 1/2 beats a 1/1 all day. Especially if 1/2 start attacking first.
Doesn't Narcomoeba have flying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we just have this
but
weird
Narcomoeba tries to go on defense. It can't just block a Metalworker and trade with it. It blocks and dies.
Oh,
yeah. And we had a weird staring contest too, because I think I had a Revoker out. I forgot what I named with it, but I couldn't attack my Revoker into the Narcomoeba. So then I was like, all right, well I guess I'll just keep attacking with Metalworker for a while.
Metalworker, best beat stick. To be fair, I totally have actually won by beating someone with a Metalworker because of ensnaring bridge. And so all of my chalices are out. There's a Trinus Spirit. They're literally not able to do anything, and I'm just beat you for 1. Beat you for 1. Will you scoop all right? Beat you for 1.
I like Tom's question. What are the best cards of each card type in Legacy?
Oh my god. Well, that's a whole episode.
Now, I say we just run down the list real quick, make it short and sweet.
Oh god.
Yeah, just pick it and then go on.
All right, let's go around the room.
Whose question is this?
Tom Smiley's.
Oh, Tom, you son of a bitch.
Hey, you respect your betters.
Let's play guess what Kate's going to say for land.
Yeah.
All right,
let's start off with something spicy. Enchantments.
The best enchantment?
Best enchantment in Legacy.
Pat, go.
I say...
All right, Celso, go.
Sylvan Library.
Ooh, good choice.
Sulfuric Vortex.
Ooh, Vortex is good too.
I hate that card so much.
I like that card
Fuck
a lot.
you.
Vortex, I changed my mind. Vortex.
Kate, go.
That new one that hasn't come out yet, Arcane Adaptation from Ixalan, I want that one.
Oh god.
What's
all right,
that
Jerry.
one again?
No,
It's the one that makes the
It makes all
for
card
creature
types
types.
the same creature type.
Oh, yeah. My heart wants to say Moat.
I was gonna say Sneak Attack.
No, it's... Sneak Attack's also good. No, I'm going to go with Chains of Mephistopheles, because I think Chains would see a lot more play if it wasn't so expensive.
I think you probably... maybe.
Maybe, but I mean, I own 3 of them, and I barely play it.
Earlier this episode, you were saying you wanted Magus of the Chains.
I do, really bad. Because I would love if Chains can, like, shut your card draw down, plus good face.
Oh, and I think
it would be a awesome card if it was like 1 and a black for a 2/1. Chains Mephistopheles was its rules text.
Oh, God,
great.
that sounds...
I would love that.
That sounds
But
delicious.
Aaron, why would you want to play Magus of the Chains when you're going to want to play some Smallpox to go with
Yeah,
it?
I was actually thinking the same thing.
Because
Blood, Smallpox, Magus of the Chains. It's fine.
I'm actually not huge on Smallpox and Chains together.
All right, let's stay focused. Aaron,
My favorite
what's your
enchantment is the Abyss.
Okay.
Ooh, good choice.
Cool. Yeah. Favorite sorcery?
That's easy for me. Show and tell, hands down. I don't even know. We're not talking favorites. We're talking best.
When did we start with you?
Best.
We started with Pat last time.
We're starting with the best. So the best show and the best
Jerry
sorcery
doesn't get to speak.
Best sorcery is show and tell. I'm saying it.
All right, Pat, what's your favorite sorcery?
Every sorcery is an instant if you want it to be. I say chain lightning.
Perfect. All right, Celso, what's your favorite sorcery?
It's not favorite. It's best.
All right, that
best?
Tendrils
Yeah,
of Agony.
best.
Tendrils of Agony. All right. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, okay. Kate.
All dust.
Ooh, all is dust is good. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
I feel
Yeah,
we're
me-
still doing
Be
favorites.
it small.
It doesn't.
It's pop.
You know what? Favorite is fine. Favorites is a lot easier than best. Best could be a long episode.
I'm sorry,
Favorites
mine is both favorite and best.
We're gonna update this question to be favorite, not best, because this is obviously a very opinionated question. People are gonna have different opinions about the best sorcery, best instant, best artifact, best enchantment, etc.
I just want to remind everyone listening that everybody but me is wrong.
Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion.
Celso, what about you?
What card type?
Sorcery.
I said Tendrils.
Oh yeah, tendrils. I'm sorry.
All right, moving on. Creatures.
Pat.
Ooh.
Let me guess, Swift
Man.
Spear?
This is not a hard question.
I do enjoy casting Swift Spear, but I think Grizzlebrand's my favorite creature.
I'm glad you said it, so I don't have to.
I've never casted
is now
Grizzlebrand,
favorites,
but I
not
just love
best,
that.
so-
I love that card.
From now on, we're ending the cast with a prayer to our Lord and Savior. Pay 7, draw 7. Pay 7, draw 7. Pay 7, draw 7. Pay 7, draw 7.
I have you at negative life for some reason. I don't understand why.
I tendrils them for a bunch.
You have to sacrifice children in between that, Jerry. Come on, what are you doing?
That breaks the flow of the prayer.
So yeah, Jerry, favorite creature.
So since I'm glad Pat took Grizzlebrand, because I actually really want to say Monastery Mentor. I jammed that card and everything.
So Jerry no longer gets an opinion for the rest of this episode. Celso, what's your favorite creature?
Draw 7. Oh, sorry. Deathrite Shaman. Well,
Ooh.
does it count as Planeswalker or creature?
Yeah. Best one-mana Planeswalker ever printed.
Planeswalkers can't have mana abilities. Neither can Deathrite. Damn, it is a Planeswalker. Crap. Okay, never mind.
Who's next? Kate?
I really want to say Emrakul because she's my homegirl, but I'm going to say Metalworker because that card is fucking broken.
Metalworker's sweet.
And that's not just because I want to get a tattoo of it. It really
I smell
is
a
broken.
pattern, Kate. I smell a pattern.
You know what? I like to play with broken cards that really belong in Vintage, and I just want the rest of the world to realize how good they are.
I actually really like Metalworker art. I'm doing a tangent, Pat, sorry. But I feel Metalworker art is one of those arts that you could hang in your living room and not have to, like, explain it to your muggle friends, like, what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
I actually emailed the artist when I decided to get a tattoo of it, and he was like super. He's like, "Let me know if I can do anything. That's awesome."
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah. So
how about you,
Aaron, what's Aaron's favorite creature?
What's
Aaron,
going on?
what's your favorite creature?
Does he play creatures?
My
I know,
favorite
right?
creature is actually Eternal Witness.
Oh,
Yeah. Astral
choice.
Slide. Come on.
Astral
Buying back
Slide,
small
like
pox.
the Rock, like doesn't matter. Like I like a lot of those strategies, which is funny because green's like one of my least favorite colors.
All right. So, what's your favorite instant?
Ooh, can I answer this because
Jerry.
no one thinks of me as an instant player? I'm gonna say Not of This World.
Oh no, this roll's good.
That is a bomb card, especially when you play Mud.
Yeah, it's great when you can't do anything. You're dying to a Tendrils of Agony. Continue.
I'm going to just have to give the lip service. I'm just going to have to say Brainstorm. Someone's got to say it.
Yeah, Brainstorm's good.
Legacy would not be the format it is without Brainstorm.
I do love casting me some Brainstorms.
All right, Celso, what's your favorite?
Well, does Chain Lightning count, or is that Pat's favorite instant?
Pretty sure I already picked that one. Can't repeat.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Well, Brainstorm's off the board, so I guess, man, my favorite's probably gonna be. All right, I'm gonna go with Dark Ritual.
Ooh, good choice.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
Who's up now? Me?
Yeah.
We're out of order. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Spinning Darkness.
Ooh.
With the spice over here, jeez.
That card got me when I was playing Pox for a very long time. That card won me and saved me in a lot of games. It's one of my favorites as a result.
It's a card when you think back on it, you would think it's a sorcery, but nope, it's an instant.
Yep.
My favorite instant is Price of Progress, and I smashed a Mud player with it online the other day, which was hysterical. They continue to aggressively play non-basics after I flip my Delver with Price of Progress. And
Wow, that's ballsy. If I think someone's playing Price of Progress, I'm like, where's my damn metal worker?
Yeah, it was pretty great.
That or Chelsea too.
Yeah.
What else do we have left?
Lands and
Planeswalkers, Tribal, and Lands.
Planeswalkers, and Artifacts.
We're not doing tribal. Everyone says Bitter Blossom.
That's a card type.
No, Bitter Blossom is not the only tribal card in the format. Thank you very
I
much.
literally already named 2 tribal cards.
Starfire. What's that
Go
stupid
on.
Merfolk one? Crap.
I'm pretty sure all Merfolk are pretty stupid, but go on.
Yeah.
All right, so favorite land.
Wastelands,
Okay.
I'm saying it.
Okay, Jerry already said it. Kate.
Cloudpost. Come on.
Okay, yeah, I don't know why I asked. Pat.
Basic Island.
Our basic for sure.
douche.
Celso.
I'm dedicating this answer to Jerry and Caracas.
Hey, Wasteland takes care of Caracas. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Strip
Wait
Mine.
till you get to Artifact and he needs
Ooh,
to
Strip Mine is sweet.
Strip Mine is so delicious. Crucible, Strip Mine, Fast Bond, that's my jam. That's what's up.
What legacy are you playing that allows strip mine?
I don't play Legacy with Strip Mine, I play Vintage with Strip Mine,
The
Steve.
question is, what are, not only have we gone from what are the best
Oh,
cards in
Legacy, look at that.
so now we're just doing, what are your favorite cards? Tell me some card names.
Well, no,
I don't get Strip Mine? Damn it.
Lads plays Strip Mine in the form of Ghost Quarter. Thank you very much.
Fair.
Yeah, because when you Ghost Quartered your burn opponent 12 times, now it's a Strip Mine.
Guys, we're off topic. We're off topic.
Yeah, Ghost Quarter your Delver opponent, it becomes Strip Mine.
Yeah, I'll probably just pick with Wasteland then. I'm gonna follow up with Jerry.
Jesus. I hate all of you. Planeswalkers, let's do this. Celso, go.
Man, this is a tough one. Yeah, better than all. Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know what's better than Jace the Mind Sculptor? Ugin, who takes out your Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Good answer. Aaron, go.
Nicol Bolas. Planeswalker. The
Which
original.
one? I really like the spicy. Did you see that?
Planeswalker, the original.
Did you see that picture I posted about the Tezzerator player who slams the new Bolas? Man, that thing is brutal to play against. It's a fucked if you do, fucked if you don't card right there. What about you, Pat?
I have I want to say Jace, but someone's already said that. So let's see. What's the I guess Tezzeret has really killed me. So fucked me up pretty bad sometimes. So we'll say Tezzeret is pretty good.
Man, I can't.
My heart says Jace.
I can't believe this wields. I'm honored. I can't believe no one picked Liliana. Really, guys?
I think she's overrated.
It's good.
Get out.
She's better than Jace, I would say. Especially.
Oh, come on.
No,
Liliana
dude.
just a brainstorm.
Come
End
on.
of
No,
story.
I'm going to jump
No.
with Jerry. I'm going to agree with Jerry. Moment in history.
I can't agree with either one of you. Jace is definitely better.
No.
Yeah.
Jace actually
why is
can win
Jace
the
getting cut?
game.
Why is Jace
takes
getting
you
cut
out of-
from every deck though?
What?
Tom wasn't running Jace. We were seeing before Miracles got banned, Miracles was dropping Jace. Jace just isn't as good as it once was. I love Jace, don't get me wrong, but he's not the all-powerful Mind Sculptor he once was.
I mean, I just went up to 3 Jace and Bug still, which has worked out, so I'm not really sure what you're referring to. Because, in the format where it's getting slower and grindier, which we talked about earlier, Jace is, king. Jace will beat an opponent, Jace digs you out of anything Liliana is putting you through. If you choose, Jace or everything else, I pick Jace. Hey, look, I still found everything else I needed, so I was able to answer your Liliana. Now I'm on board hand in hand. You lose.
We're looking for outside. Tom, I want you to set Aaron straight. Why did you cut Jace from your list? Let us know.
Because Gideon's better in a Stoneblade style deck.
Gideon,
That's
oh
the
my
reason.
god. Gideon is better.
Jace can't hold Unumazawa's jet.
Yeah, in a Stoneblade style deck, if you have Gideon suit up with Chit, yeah, that's real good.
I don't know. Look at the number of Jaces. I guarantee you the Jace count is going down if you look at his appearance in top 8 decks.
Right, calling time on this, guys. We're moving on.
All right.
Tribal.
We're not doing
artifact.
Fuck
Starfire.
Sure, everyone chooses Starfire.
I choose.
No, I don't. I choose Thieves'
definitely choose
Fortune.
Wallace Dust, but
I choose Thieves' Fortune, motherfuckers.
Sure, whatever that is. No one's ever heard of that card, Kate.
It's a rogue instant and it's bomb.
Okay.
All right, artifact.
Chalice.
Ooh,
Okay, Jerry.
sniping that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've played very few artifacts. Chalice is one of my favorites.
since we've switched to favorites, I got to go to my Bay Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Oh yeah, that's good.
so.
I'm gonna go with Sophie.
Okay.
Okay, Kate got Metalworker. I'm gonna pick.
I wasn't going to answer Metalworker.
Kate,
What do
we
you got,
know
Kate?
you were going to answer Metalworker.
I actually wasn't.
You're getting a Metalworker tattoo.
I already answered Metalworker, though. I was going to say Fist of Suns.
Good God.
Jesus.
Can I tell you, when we got our spoiler card, after it came out, I got really drunk one night and ordered like 30 Fist of Suns online.
Can verify. Collected 30 Fist of Suns in the mail over the next few weeks.
Yeah, because I ordered them through TCG, so they were from like 30 different places.
Keep in mind, when you order on TCG Player, that doesn't mean you're going to get your cards this week or next week. It could mean you get them 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Just a heads up.
Because
those things did not stop coming in.
I still have a deck I really want to try with Fist of Suns. I actually really like Fist of Suns. So there.
Okay.
Nice.
Well,
Anyone
my
not go?
Crucible Worlds.
Ooh, good choice. Did we miss any card types?
Tribal.
We did tribal.
Oh yeah,
damn
we all picked Starfire. That's right. I'm
No,
gonna go Doomsday.
I already answered that, and I did not say that. Rude.
Favorite interrupt?
Favorite mana
Favorite
source?
legendary creature. Ooh.
Favorite legendary. I
World
like.
enchantment. Damn, I already picked my favorite one.
Grizzlebrand.
World enchantment.
Merely.
Sea River Cutthroat.
Before we lose steam completely, what's the next question?
All right, last question. One more
Hot
question.
Dog said nope. Is intuition too much of a liability with all the surgicals running around?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna go with yes. Depends on how you're using intuition, I guess. So like the Lincoln Baxter deck, where like you're really getting like 3 1-ofs, surgical doesn't really matter. Like it's probably gonna get one of your 1-ofs that are important, but not really. Whereas like a deck like Tegan Show or Omnitel, where you're trying to get like your 3 of Emrakul, your 3 of Omniscience, your 3 of Show and Tell, and then jam it next turn, surgical is much more of a problem for you because you dump one in the graveyard, they surgical it, and you lose all copies, including the one in your hand you got to keep. So
I think we're actually missing the important question here, which was, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Okay, no. I have already posted this on Facebook, and I will post it again. A Massachusetts judge already ruled on this after Panera in Shrewsbury tried to sue their leaseholder for letting a Qdoba in, even though there's no Qdoba there. Yeah. So this has already been decided. I posted it on my Facebook and my Twitter.
Wait. When did Qdoba start selling hot dogs? That's the real question.
I mean, they sued, and the judge defined what legally is a sandwich.
But
Not a joke.
Was a hot dog included in that?
Oh God! Do you think I read the whole brief?
Well, that's a question.
Yeah.
You can't say it's been solved if you don't know the answer.
I said that I posted the answer.
I
Not that
read a
heard
headline
the
on the
answer.
tweeters.
The only part I cared about was whether a burrito was a sandwich. It went on to define it. I didn't care about that
now
much.
we know that a
burrito's not a
burrito is-
sandwich.
a
We're
burrito
talking
is
about a hot
definitely
dog,
not a sandwich,
and a hot
and-
dog's not a burrito either.
A hot dog is a sandwich, though. That's clearly
No, a hot
the
dog is
answer.
not a sandwich.
A hot dog is a sandwich. It is meat between 2 slices of bread.
Okay, first off,
a bun on a hot dog is
a
not
hot
2
dog
slices of
bun
bread.
into 2 pieces
Jerry.
of bread. And
Jerry, you're
second
so
of all,
dumb.
Have you ever had a meatless sandwich? It has meat and bread, so it's a sandwich. What is a pepperoni pizza now? Also a fucking sandwich?
Yeah, if you fold it in half, pizza.
First of all, a calzone doesn't count. It has to be folded. It has to be folded. Are you telling me that if you got a roast, if you got a big fat piece of roast beef and some lettuce and some onions, some mayo, you put that in a slice of bread that you cut down the middle, you stuff it with all that stuff, what would you call that? I would call that a sandwich. I don't know about you.
Since when is hot dog roast beef? That's lips and assholes.
You see, listeners, what you have to deal with?
Yeah, what?
The only
do you
difference
see,
is the type
listeners?
of meat. The only difference is the type of meat. All the ingredients are the same.
No,
you know what I think I've learned after this conversation? That the real question we should have addressed is thoughts on a second cast featuring that power trio from John Kerman. Because obviously we're necessary to shut down these hot dogs or sandwiches.
Jerry, that's insane. That's like the structure
I
of a sandwich.
I can't believe I have no allies in this regard.
Let me finish. The structure of a sandwich, of a traditional sandwich, is integral to it being a sandwich. You can't take 2 pieces of bread, lettuce, tomato, and throw it into a blender and blend it up and say it's still a sandwich just because the ingredients are there. You know what I'm saying? It's the structure that defines a sandwich.
The structure is the same thing with a roast beef sandwich.
It's not.
It's not.
Tell me how the structure is different.
Okay,
because you don't have 2 slices of bread.
Blender?
You don't have 2 slices of bread with a roast beef sandwich.
Yes. What are you talking about?
Are you talking about an open-faced roast beef sandwich, which is different?
Are you talking about a sub?
If you go down to my boy Al on State Street, Al's Subs makes the best subs in all of Boston. You ask for a roast beef sandwich, he's going to take out a nice, warm, freshly baked bun, going to cut it down the middle, he's going to stuff that full of meat,
I'm just gonna
that's going to be a delicious sandwich.
A sub is a subset of a sandwich type. A hot dog is not a motherfucking sub.
But a sub is also a submarine sandwich. It's not just a sandwich.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to split hairs here.
Now we're talking about our squares, rectangles, and rectangle square.
Wait, so is this what a dumpster fire looks like? Because this is pretty much what it looks like.
Yeah.
This is why I avoided this question, because I knew this was going to happen.
I avoided it too, because I was like, there's no reason.
You're wrong.
Listeners, back me up. I want to see the Hot Dog Legion out there. I want you to all send those dancing
hot dog Legion. Gary, I hope male strippers come to your work who go by the Hot Dog Legion and just slap their dongs in your desk. I want that to happen so bad. I will pay for it with Patreon money.
This has to be a stretch goal for Patreon.
I will support this measure. Aaron, I have very little money, but I will scrape some up to support that measure.
Yeah. All right. Listeners, just keep posted for the next podcast called Leaving a Hot Dog's Not a Fucking Sandwich, Jerry, you fucking idiot.
This is why you should have answered Adam's question of which creature type do you think would make the best jerky?
Squirrels.
Ew. I've had squirrel jerky. It's pretty awful. It's so tough. I grew up in a hick town. Don't judge me.
Dinosaurs? They're pretty old.
I'll just go with beast.
Demon will give you magic.
I guess like Thragtusk is basically like a cow, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thragtusk is like a cow positioning itself on top of a boar.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Sounds
I'm not sure exactly how it works.
You could have a roast beast sandwich.
All right, this call's over. Bye, guys.
Which is not in a sub role. It's in a sandwich.
Let's get into some scoops before I lose my mind.
Wait, so when's the stretch goal to kick Jerry off the podcast? Because really, if this isn't proof, I don't know what is.
You can kick me off the podcast when you guys form your own trio of legacy casts.
Hey,
there are 3 of us
Aaron,
without you, Jerry.
Pat and Celso. I think we should all stay on the call after Cherry hangs up. What you think? I think we have an endeavor to discuss.
I didn't want to hang out with you guys anyways. I got stuff to do.
If you guys can cast on Monday night, I'm down. Yeah.
That sounds sweet.
How does Mondays work for you, Celso?
Yeah, Mondays are great, right?
Jerry messages Pat, "Hey Pat, you ready to record today?" "Oh, I recorded yesterday. Don't worry about it, Jerry. You're good. We don't need any effort from you at all."
Yeah, Jerry, if you just keep that same level of effort you've been putting into before then, that'd be great. Don't change a thing.
What would you say you do here?
Taking my stapler with me.
All right.
Scoops?
Yeah, let's get into some scoops before we get out of here today. Aaron, who you want to scoop in this week, man?
I'm just gonna scoop in myself because I love me.
I like it. I'm
gonna scoop in Celso for being the people's host.
Thank you. See,
and
bromance. Hashtag bromance.
And I'm gonna scoop in Pat for being an awesome podcast host and doing all the work.
Someone has to with Jerry's ass around here. Thank you very much. How about you, Kate? Who are you scooping in this week?
Well, not my husband, because he didn't want to mention me at all.
Yeah, for real. Kate, I'll scoop you in if you scoop me in.
I'm going to scoop Jerry in because he has bad taste in what sandwiches are. I'm going to scoop in Hipsters because they have been working their butts off this summer with their Pro Tour coverage on Twitter, and it is... Yeah, we were on our honeymoon last week, and I was like, oh no, we're not going to know what's going on. Just kidding. They were tweeting like bosses last week, so I'm scooping in my editors because I was working with them behind the scenes. They were doing all the work. I was just talking to them about it. And
we were told like, oh no, we don't know what's going on. Pro Tour, that standard format. Oh no. We were so
they killed it.
I liked it. They totally killed it. I mean, they were literally tweeting updates. You knew what was going on the whole time, even if you didn't have a chance to watch it, which it was over the weekend, like Saturday night at like 10 o'clock. Like a lot of people aren't able to watch Pro Tour coverage. And also, if you're interested in joining them, we're always looking for new writers, podcasters, video producers, or whatever you do. So you should totally hit us up. But I totally want to scoop them in because they work their butts off. And yeah, Jerry, I'll still scoop you in even though you have bad sandwich taste.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I'll scoop you in and hope that you'll learn what a sandwich is.
Hashtag pity scoop.
Hashtag Hot Dog Legion. Show your support, people. Get on social media.
Okay, Jerry, as a woman on Twitter who plays Magic, I'm going to tell you right now, you do not want to tweet that.
That's accurate.
I'm telling you that right now.
Jerry's going to get Hot Dog Legion tattooed across his back.
Send me your hot dog pics, everyone. At PUGlow.
Celso, who are you scooping in this week, man?
Well, let's see. Got to scoop in Kate because Kate's awesome. Even though, despite the scooping in Jerry, things can be forgiven.
Does this mean you're not scooping me in?
Well, no, I didn't finish my scoops yet.
The only way Jerry's getting to top 8 is if he gets double scooped in there. So.
I'm gonna scoop Aaron. Aaron's been a pretty awesome dude. We got a pretty strong connection going on. Scoop to Pat. Pat puts in tons of hours into this podcast, so it's awesome. And the listeners should consider thinking about maybe one day tossing some change his way on the Patreon. Just quick plug, because I do more work than Jerry.
I'm right here.
What else? So scoop
I'm still alive.
Scoop to hashtag MTG Fit because MTG Fit's pretty fun. Another scoop into DDP Yoga, awesome program. Even if you've done like zero and you sit on the couch all the time, you could still be successful in that program. So check it out.
So we all know that you're just trying to master autofellatio. It's okay.
Hey, no, don't give him a hard time. So I'm going back and scooping you in because I forgot how proud I am of all the posts about your like journey. So fuck Jerry. Go you.
There we go. That's a hashtag we get going. Hashtag fuck Jerry.
No, what did I just tell you guys about hashtags? You're not gonna like those messages. Listen to me. This is not a joke, guys. This is not a joke.
I'm gonna scoop in this dehumidifier for not making all my magic cards bendy, and I think I got all the important things. I'm pretty sure.
I think I got everything that worked hard for it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, actually, in that case, I should scoop in my washer and dryer because I was putting in some good work tonight too. That's all I could probably think of, right? Well, and scoop into the listeners, the Leaving a Legacy community, sans Jerry. But shout out to Leaving a Legacy community. I think that's 8. That's all 8 scoops. So we're out. I guess Jerry, I guess you get 9.
Are you saying I missed on breakers?
Yeah, it's like you got dream crushed.
Oh, damn. Shame.
Who's next?
That's me. I'm gonna scoop in first of all, Kate, Aaron, and Celso for coming on the cast tonight. Thank you guys so much. It was awesome having you as always. I also want to scoop in our locals who top 8'd the TJ's event. Zach, Tom, Sissio, Adam, very nice job, guys. It was awesome to see that. And also just the Top Deck app. I used it to look up the event for this weekend, the 1K Epic Gaming, etc. If you guys, guys and girls out there are thinking about going to an event, I highly recommend going to Etsy. They put on awesome stuff. And that's it for me. And I guess like the Hot Dog Legion, I guess.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, make sure you send up your up close hot dog pics to Jerry me. Jerry3 MRD on Twitter.
MRD? Am I military rations? I'm gonna scoop in Kate because she scooped me in, and me always pays his debts. That's what they say. They say that. So I'm gonna scoop Kate in. I'm gonna dream crush Aaron and Celso because I didn't let them on the cast. I don't know how they got here. Also, yeah, to everyone who top 8'd the TJs, but also just scoop in TJs itself because it was a really well run event. They had it at the DCU Center, and honestly, it was a great time. Like events ran smooth, plenty of space, just an all around really enjoyable time. So I can't wait for their next event, which is out on August 27th. They're doing another Legacy 2.5K. So I hope to see other people there as well. Also, what is it next week is the day after this cast comes out is the Gaming Etc. 1K. Got a lot
this week, yeah. This week.
Yeah, we got a lot of Legacy coming up. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. Gonna be a party.
Yeah.
Because we have 19 hosts on tonight, I'm gonna link everybody's info in the show notes. Kate, are you still streaming? I know you did a little bit of Magic Online streaming, some makeup tutorial streaming. You still doing that now?
I am. I kind of took a break because we had the wedding and then our honeymoon, and I currently have some family stuff going on. Mm-hmm. But I should be back by the end of the summer, so get ready for some good times because I'm definitely going to be jumping back on stream. And if enough people can convince me, I might consider doing some standard again because standard looks a little interesting to me right now, despite being all stupid mono red. And I'm actually considering playing it because there's not enough women rocking the high levels, and I'm thinking about doing some grinding and getting there.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great. All right, cool. So, like I said, we'll put all the stuff in the show notes. And, Jerry, you have a die for us to roll?
I do.
Wait, can we make a note on this? I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but somebody somehow pulled my request out of the song list. I'm pretty sure.
What was your request?
It me. Careless Whisper?
Yeah.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that.
That's so good. Why would you pull it out?
Because I'm not listening to that shit. I'm gonna start.
You don't have to listen to it.
I am removing. I do have to listen to it because I have to edit the fucking cast. I've listened to it like 2 or 3 times.
That could be
eat a dick.
Just add that in.
I'm gonna pull out songs I don't like. That is my. I've
this
seen
was
some
done
of the songs
without my
you guys put on
knowledge.
here.
I would like the record to show that this was done without my knowledge. I plead the fifth. I did not meet with Russian officials.
Some terrible songs. You guys are getting in the way of hearing some of Kate's choices, which have been fantastic. So
thank you.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
You could have just been like, dude, do you have another song? I would have changed it.
No, you got deleted. You got to go to the bottom of the list.
Instead of the ceremonious rejection, man. Damn.
You got surgical extraction, my friend.
Oh, jeez. I mean, way to treat me like Jerry. I mean, come on. Ouch.
Well, Jerry wouldn't have put in a song request to begin with, so
you're one-upping him already.
All right, Jerry, roll a die, man. We're only playing good songs from now on. Objectively good songs.
Number 10.
Go Remy, Magic MTG rap. I don't know what this. We might have to re-roll.
Yeah. You make fun of Carol's Whisper, yet you're like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. Go Remy is like Betty Wap, right? Because he's the Remy boys.
No, I just Googled this, and it is just a YouTube video by some random guy.
Oh, I've seen this before. It's actually
it has like 300,000 views. It's not like a bad thing.
It's not terrible. I've seen it before.
Is it good?
Fine. Yeah, it's probably fine. It's not as good as mine, but we'll
not as good as your rap. All right.
No, not as good as mine.
Play us out with something sweet.
I got my black backpack and I'm ready to roll with my crew. Everybody, yeah, it's out of control. Got an itch, I'ma scratch it. It's it's gonna be tragic. I got a big ol' hankering for playing some magic. So I'm busting out my cards, gonna make me some decks. You gonna pack them full of spells? Baby, what you expect? Got my dice, got my sleeves, got my life count meter. You talk to any girls today? No. Me neither, I'm a planeswalker. Oh, a master of sorcery, lightning bolt to the dome. If you ever come close to me, try me in a battle and I won't be worse. You're messing with the baddest mother in the multiverse. Mono red, mono black, blue control, stop it greedy. Gonna take it down, my strategy's white weenie. Tapping on my mana, I pay to entwine. You never seen a mystic wizard cast a spell sweet as mine. But I only tap planes, ain't nobody can touch me. I like white weenie so much, they call me Jerry Sandusky. Fellas wanna play this other game? The cards are slightly smaller, I can grab it. Nah, son, we playing magic. Up at work, man, I'm clamoring. When I'm speaking in my sleep and when I'm stammering. When I'm thinking in the sinking, when I'm lathering. All I'm thinking about is play Magic the Gathering. Starting up a new game, I'ma roll my D20. Gonna play first, oh yeah, it's gonna be funny. Draw 7 cards and I look in my hand. I'm like a Palestinian, I ain't got no land. Peel 6 cards, hand looks alright. Look at Call Icon, looking for a proxy fight. What, I can't use proxy? No, you can't. Well, why can't I? Because unlike the state of Georgia, you ain't got a savannah. Rampant growth, dropping red like a fool. Accelerating in the trees like I got a bayou. Because my deck straight features big fat creatures. Turn them sideways and then I'm gon' feature. What you playing, tribal cats? That deck's looking stupid. Call it kitty litter, all you're doing is scooping. Switching to fish, you's about to get bent. I thought you only played white Remy. Yeah, but it's limp. Looking to buy what they got, I'll be your man. I'm your one-stop shop when it comes to contraband. Collectible foils, best check on your eyelids. So many $10 cards, you think that this was papyrus? Got any standard rares? This a quality good look. So much type 2, it's like a Paula Deen cookbook. I don't see any counter spells. My supplies are scary. Need so much permission, man, you think I was married. Attack phase. I'm using the stack in, go 187 all up on your dragon, attacking. Wait, how'd that dude get bigger? You're like Plaxico Burris, you don't understand triggers. Think I'll be defeated, better check your sobriety. Only thing that I ain't beating is my social anxiety. Drop a Sarah Angel and I'm moving fast. Tap my man until I tap.
Alright, this is vigilant. Sorry.
Up at work, man, I'm clamoring. When I'm speaking in my sleep and when I'm stammering. When I'm thinking in the sinking, when I'm lathering. All I'm thinking about is play Magic the Gathering.